Hello, my name is Sarah Skaggs. I'm EPCOR USA's Director of Customer Care, and I wanted to go through some information today regarding our Rio Verde Foothills standpipe and give some helpful information to our prospective customers. Next slide. So today I just wanted to talk a little bit about an overview of the project as it stands today, the different customer requirements, the sign-up process, the application approval process, and then an overview of rates and how rates are set, and then also next steps that we have planned for our prospective customers. Next slide, please. So there are three groups of customers. The first group is our full requirements customer. These are customers who are entirely reliant on hauled water service today. Our group 2 customers are standby requirements customers, and these are customers who have an intermittent need for service. For example, maybe once a year you need to fill your pool, or during maintenance of your well or your property, you need to have hauled water service. And then we have group 3 customers, which are enrolled service customers. And these are property owners that currently don't have homes built on their properties. Next slide. So all three groups must apply by June 1st, 2024. The owner of the property or the owner of the home is the person who must apply, because the application and the approval goes with the property itself, not the person. Groups 1 and 2, your applications for homes, those homes must be built by December 12th of 2023. We will accept all applications within the appropriate service territory if the home was built before December 12th, 2023. There is no limit on the number of customers we can accept into this group. All customers who qualify will be accepted. Group 3 customers, these are our enrolled customers, and up to 150 property owners whose homes were not built as of December 12th will be eligible. At this time, I don't have the number of customers who have applied for this group. If 150 or more apply, we will have to hold a lottery. And after we get all of the applications in by June 1st, we'll be able to reach out with information to those customers if this affects you. Each homeowner who is accepted into this 150 will actually have to pay a $24,000 hookup fee. And I'll explain a little bit later how that hookup fee then is applied to the cost of the standpipe. Next slide, please. So this is how rates are set. We are regulated by the Arizona Corporation Commission. So the rates that are set go through a very lengthy review process. We actually have to file a formal rate application. The entire process takes about 24 to 30 months. All of the expenses are reviewed and approved by the ACC. The investment itself is evaluated for prudency and usefulness. And we also have to provide notice to all of our customers when something like this is kicked off. And then an administrative law judge will set a procedural schedule, and we will actually notice you, our customers, about that schedule as well. The schedule tells us when an open meeting will be held, when hearings will be held, how long you have to intervene, if you'd like to make public comment. We'll go through all of those dates with you in that notice. So down here at the bottom, I just have a very high level overview of how rates are set. That first blue bubble is the capital investment. This is the actual cost of the standpipe itself, the infrastructure, the plant, the pipes, the kiosks, the facility itself. That cost is multiplied by a return on investment that the ACC has determined to be appropriate for EPCOR. And then we add our operating costs on a dollar for dollar basis. So there's no markup, no opportunity to earn on operating costs, such as customer care, billing, the cost of the electricity, or the cost to actually purchase the water for that facility. All of these three things then result in a revenue requirement. That is how much EPCOR needs to earn per year in order to be made whole on this. Now, I talked a little bit about that $24,000 hookup fee. That hookup fee reduces the total costs in that blue bubble. So if, as an example, the facility costs $6 million, that $24,000 per customer in that 150 group would reduce that $6 million. So essentially what that $24,000 does is it reduces the revenue requirement and ultimately reduces rates. One of the things I did want to discuss a little bit as well is that we do want every customer who thinks that they will need access to the standpipe to sign up and to begin to contribute towards the rates and the revenues for this facility. And that will ultimately mean that more people are paying into this revenue requirement, and ultimately everyone, their contributions will result in a lower rate eventually. So the more people who pay in, the lower the rates are. And after we've got the standpipe built and we've been operating it for probably at least 12 months so that we know what the true cost is, we will then file a formal rate application to readjust these rates. Next slide, please. I want to talk a little bit about what's in that dollar, what we actually are charging for. Next slide. So about 1/3 of every dollar of revenue we collect from our customers goes right back into the facility to maintain it, to upgrade it, to make sure that it's running smoothly and that you have safe, reliable, consistent service. Next slide, please. Almost the remaining 2/3 is that operating cost. And that's, again, dollar for dollar passed through to you. There's no upcharge on this. It's operating costs such as salaries, billing, collections, also our customer contact center, and the cost of the water and the cost of electricity to run the facility. We do have to have taxes and insurance paid. And then we do have some administrative costs, legal, regulatory, the cost of the rate case, things like that, and then a little bit of debt service. Next slide, please. The remaining 3 cents, this is EPCOR's opportunity to earn on the investment, that capital that we initially placed into the ground. And what's interesting about this is that this is strictly an opportunity. It's not guaranteed. Next slide. Next slide. So essentially, if any of these first items end up fluctuating and they never go down, they always go up, it's taken out of that 3 cents. So that EPCOR really is only given an opportunity to earn a return. And if that return ends up becoming too small, that's usually what triggers a rate case. Next slide. So what's next? So we have some in-person and virtual information sessions that we'll be doing over the summer. I think we've already got one planned for May. We'll do another sign-up event in person at the Fountain Hills facility where we held it just this week. So we'll do another one in May. Stay tuned for the dates. We'll be sending out information over social media. We'll reach out to the Rio Verde Foothills board to get some things on social media, but we will be doing another one at a minimum in May. We'll also be providing ongoing communication as we know more, as we know the site selection, as we know when we'll have the facility up and running. But right now, what I can tell you is that the next steps for us are the traffic study to make sure that we're looking at appropriate places to put the facility. Next slide. So with that, I would like to share our 1-800 number. This is the number that you will keep for EPCOR. You'll have access to our contact center, our agents with this 1-800 number. And then you can always email us at mywater@epcor.com. Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. We have folks monitoring that email address. And this is where you'll send your application as well. We'll respond to you that we received your application. And after June 1st, the team will then send you information about next steps, whether you were approved, if we need more information, and other next steps in order to get your account established with us. With that, this isn't a live session, so we won't have any questions, but feel free to email us and we'll get back to you just as soon as we can. Please email us. We're happy to entertain any question that you do have. Thank you so much.